Hey guys, let's talk about what happens if you file Form I-751 late. The I-751 is a petition to remove conditions on your green card. So it's for people in the context of my videos who've married a US citizen and they get a conditional 2-year green card. Before the 2 years expire, in the 90-day window before the 2 years expire, you have to file Form I-751 with additional evidence that you're still in a good faith marriage. You have to file that on time with the evidence to keep your green card, essentially. What happens if you file it late? So I'll give you a real life example. I have a client who did this themselves. They filed the I-751 themselves. They thought they didn't need a lawyer. And honestly, they probably didn't. The I-751 is pretty easy. If you need assistance with it, we can help you, but it's not that complicated. Anyway, so they filed the I-751. They mailed it out to USCIS with all their evidence, and they mailed it out like 30 days before the deadline. And that's plenty of time, but it got rejected. And they didn't get rejected and mailed back to them for like 2 months. So 2 months later, now 1 full month after the deadline has passed, their entire package, which was never really processed by USCIS, gets mailed back to them with a green piece of paper on top saying like, we've rejected your filing for this reason, please resubmit it. Now it's late. So the client calls me freaking out. They didn't hire us for this, but I just helped them anyway because we had done their marriage-based green card to get the conditional green card, and they were freaking out. So I talked to them and I said, like, this is the change you need to make. You submitted the wrong government filing fee. So they refiled it. And then USCIS a few months later, well, first of all, USCIS accepted this new filing. They issued a receipt saying it's been received and it's pending and your green card is automatically extended for 48 months. So the clients were a little bit relieved. And then like 2 months later, they got a request for evidence asking for an explanation why the I-751 was filed late. This isn't a new thing. This has happened before as well. It's not just like a Trump thing. Whenever you file the I-751 late, you do need to provide a reasonable explanation. So in this case, their explanation was pretty straightforward. Like, we mailed it on time. We made a good faith effort to comply with all the rules and regulations. USCIS rejected the filing because of a defect. Here is a copy of the rejection notice, and here's a copy of our tracking showing when we mailed it out. So they submitted this and everything was fine. USCIS continues processing the I-751, and they just actually got scheduled for an interview because they didn't do that great of a job preparing the I-751. Maybe they should have used a lawyer, but generally speaking, I-751s are not super complicated. And if you're trying to do any immigration forms by yourself, I generally wouldn't recommend doing the marriage-based adjustment of status by yourself right now, just because the consequences of a denial are so severe. But like the I-751 is pretty straightforward. With that said, if you need assistance with it, we are always here to assist you. If you need help with any sort of family-based immigration process, removal of conditions, I-751, citizenship, which is the N-400, or deportation defense litigation, you should always reach out directly to me, Pouyan Darian. I'm an immigration attorney handling these cases nationwide. Whether you just want to talk and get some guidance on like what you should be looking out for and next steps and how to strategize, or you possibly want to hire an attorney to handle your whole case for you, the first step would be to schedule a consultation with me, and you can either click the link in the video description or give my office a call. If you're new to my channel and you want to learn what's happening on the ground in immigration world directly from an immigration lawyer's perspective and what I see happening every day, be sure to subscribe. I put out a few videos on these topics each week, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.